Hi there, Izzy from DigitalGoja.com showrooms again. Today we're going to take a look at the most popular questions being asked about how to work with the Canon N100 PowerShot series camera. This is a nice compact PowerShot made to go in your pocket, still a pocket camera. Has a nice zoom, it's a 5x optical zoom, but the nice feature about it is a really fast f1.8. So that means for us photographers that like to work in low light, this is a great little tiny accompaniment with you. Has Wi-Fi, NFC, a lot of features. What I did is I basically went online and looked at most of the blogs, Amazon customer service questions, eBay customer service questions, Digital Goja customer service questions, even emails, and tried to put together the most commonly asked questions about the PowerShot N100. Now, if this video is helpful to you, always hit me up with a like button underneath. And remember to subscribe to our channel for future sessions, questions and comments, and tutorials. Plus, any questions or comments that you have, don't forget to place them underneath. Well, let's go and see what everybody is asking about how to work with the PowerShot from Canon N100. Can I shoot action shots with my Canon PowerShot N100? No, that's not really one of the features that Canon thought to put in this camera. Due to the fact that it's so small and pocketable, they really didn't consider putting an action mode in here. So honestly, the quickest way you can take a shot here is as quickly as you can depress the shutter. So if you're trying to capture action, this is not the PowerShot for you. You want to make sure that you get something that has a sports mode or at least continuous mode. Not an option here. They give you plenty of other options. You have night scene mode, fisheye, poster, lots of different creative modes, but this is definitely not for the sports enthusiast in you. Can I do black and white photography with my Canon PowerShot N100? Absolutely. Even though it's a pocket camera, it's feature rich. Canon actually put lots of different features in here. Let's go into our function setting and we're going to scroll over and scroll all the way down to where you have monochrome. Look at all the features I'm going through right now. There it is, monochrome. So now when you have it set to that, there you go. Your camera is now doing only black and white imaging, which is awesome. So if you want to be able to do that, that's a great feature. And guess what? You can also do it and do some nice old-fashioned videos, because you can also record your video in black and white. So if you do prefer working in black and white, this camera does allow you to do so. Can I attach an external lens to the Canon PowerShot N100? Haven't seen anything like that on the market yet. If you notice, when you turn on the camera, it actually protrudes the lens out. So I don't see, and when you turn it off, notice how it reverts back into the body. So it would have to be something that will attach on this outer rim, and so far I haven't seen anything on the market. It's definitely not made by Canon, and if there is an aftermarket version out there, you have to be careful because it only has a very minor area to attach to. Plus, when this lens protrudes out, you never want to hold on or have anything impact against this, because that will cause a serious issue with your camera. So if you need more than 5x zoom, which is what this guy has, you have to look at another series of PowerShot, because that's the reason why Canon came out with this. They wanted to keep it nice and small and pocketable. How do I transfer my files for my Canon PowerShot N100? Well, they gave you the Wi-Fi capability. Now, some users have some of the IFC 400 cable, which attaches here. from previous models from Canon, that's the same cable that this uses. So if you want to work with that interface cable, you can do so. But honestly, I would suggest using the Wi-Fi capability, because this is an awesome feature. It has it built in. Plus, you also have your NFC, which is really popular on some of the tablets and smartphones that are on the market. And if you download the app from Canon for Canon Share, you can send your favorite images to your favorite website, and also, of course, transfer them directly to your PC and to your smartphone or tablet. Does the PowerShot N100 from Canon have internal memory? No, it does not. Again, another feature that has gone the way of the dodo bird in today's more advanced pocket digital cameras. What they've done is they allow you to work with the more popular SDXC cards that are on the market. So you can use something like this. This one happens to be a 32 gigabyte. And notice the important factor is you got to look for that classification. This is a class 10. You want to make sure you get a class 10, so that way if you're also doing your high def videos at 30 frames per second, you don't have any problems with buffering. Plus, you want to be able to have enough speed, so if you're also doing high speed shooting, it'll work with you perfectly. Now, again, you have that size, which fits right down here. This is the standard SDHC slot. There's your card slot. It sits right next to your battery port. And again, you can work with any SDXC. They're going to keep getting larger and larger. I mean, we have monsters like 128 gigabyte now. Now, of course, this is meant for more of the pro SLRs out there, because it has a really fast read-write speed. So this is pretty much overkill when it comes to a camera like this. It doesn't have the system that can work with these faster cards. So it'll work in there, but you're not going to get the faster read-write speed. And again, you also have the capability of working with the micro SD. This one happens to be a class 10 micro SD, and putting in it your SD adapter, you can also place it inside your N100. Can I do nighttime and low light imaging shots with my Canon PowerShot N100? Absolutely. Well, one nice feature is it does have a tripod port, so you can use these cute little small pocket size tripods that are on the market. Very simple to work with, thread it on just like you would do for any tripod socket, and extend the legs out, and there you go. You now have a nice, very safe way to brace your camera and maintain it for longer exposures. But let's say, for example, you happen not to have brought something like this along. Well, Canon also thought of giving you a mode that allows you to do night scene photography, and they made it very simple. Hit your function button, and then we're going to go into the different scene modes, and you're going to scroll down to handheld night scene. So once you set it to that, what the camera does is it actually takes multiple images at different exposures with higher ISOs and combines them to give you one easy shot of a long exposure in low light situations. So absolutely, go right ahead and take your Canon PowerShot N100 on whatever shooting escapades you need for nighttime photography. And of course, take it with you for any kind of nighttime imaging. Does the Canon PowerShot N100 have different scene selecting modes? Yes, it does. They did a decent selection. You have a good amount of modes to satisfy your most important picture taking prerequisites. You have your portrait mode. You even have a smart shutter that detects face detection and automatically takes the shot when you smile. You have your handheld night scene mode. You even have a funky fisheye effect mode where when you activate that, you can actually change the effect by pressing the display button, and you can move it to more or less of a fisheye curvature. Pretty interesting. Then you also have the miniature effect, which gives you that incredible view as if you were taking pictures of smaller products or subject. The toy camera, which darkens the images around the edges, that gives you that Lomo field, I guess is what it was called, background defocus. They put a lot of different features in here in a nice small point and shoot pocket camera. So honestly, it's ready to do most of your bidding when it comes to nice scenics and family portraits and portraiture. Does my Canon PowerShot N100 allow me to do selfies? Absolutely, and they went about it in a very unique way. Notice on the dial here, you have your standard camera, and then you have the one that shows two cameras. Why? Because they actually gave you a camera back here so that you can do selfies. So when you switch it to this, you now have dual capture. Notice what it'll do. It'll actually photograph the front, and here I am, it does the back. So it actually gets me in the image also, and it incorporates the both of them. It's called the dual capture mode. And it also works in that hybrid auto, which allows you to do the digest movie with images, and it incorporates you in the video and as well as the still. So it's a very unique way to incorporate selfies. Can I shoot stills while I'm recording video with my Canon PowerShot N100? Well, not in the basic way that we're used to doing, and I'll show you why. When you start recording video, notice I press the record button, it's now doing video. But if I want to do a still and I depress the shutter button, it'll take a shot, but then guess what happens? It stops recording video. So that's not the way to do it. You want to set it to the hybrid mode, where it does videos and stills and combines it at the same time. And plus you also have the added feature that this one actually is recording you while it's recording your scene, because that's one of the features that they added a camera in the back. Does the Canon PowerShot N100 have a touchscreen? Yes, it does. It has a really nice bright 3-inch touchscreen. And notice how I can go ahead and even lock my focus. So for example, I can actually choose the subject matter here, and as I move around, it locks and tracks it. So, and you can also incorporate shooting mode with the touchscreen, because they know, I mean, Canon has figured out that basically we're used to using our cell phones, our smartphones, and our tablets with touchscreens. So why not incorporate it in another product that is going to be very useful to the consumer? And of course, that would be the touchscreen of your preferred camera. Can I charge the battery in the camera for my PowerShot N100 from Canon? No, Canon tried that some many years back and they didn't have good results, and I like the fact that they came to a conclusion that you have to charge your battery separately outside of the camera. So if you're using a lot of power, you want to take some extra of these, and they're very readily available. It's become a really popular battery in the Canon PowerShot lineup. It's the NB12L. It has 1910 milliamps, so it's 6.8 watt hours. Very simple to charge. They give you the CB2LG wall wart charger. This guy is universal. You just plug it straight into the wall. Notice how the plug comes from behind. Now this one, of course, is for USA, but it does change the voltage automatically, anywhere from 100 to 240 volts. So if you are traveling, this will work for you. Just buy a different adapter depending on the country that you're visiting. Very simple to work with. Place the battery in there and keep an eye on the lights. You have the charging light activated while it's charging, and then the green full light will come on. Again, usually charges in about an hour, hour and a half, and it gives you an average of about 300 shots per charge. It all depends on whether you're doing videos or whether you're doing that hybrid mode that they have, and also the Wi-Fi and NFC usage. Does the Canon PowerShot N100 have a Wi-Fi mode? Yes, it does. And Canon did a great job with it. They gave you the Wi-Fi configuration here. So when you're in playback mode, you can actually activate the Wi-Fi once you have it set up and transfer your images directly to your smartphone or to your tablet. And you also have the direct connection here, which is pressing this button, you now have the capability of sending all your images through. And you also have your NFC. So that means that there's a lot of smartphones nowadays that have the NFC feature where you touch it and it links up. Once you have it set up, you also have to get the app from the appropriate app store. Plus, you also have the added benefit that if you choose to, you can also work with that new connection station that Canon came out with.